Buckle up. This video ain't pretty. Viewer discretion advised. Asahi and I leave Cabo Verde on a good note. Good weather and a decent looking forecast. There is just a hangover left over from our last night in Cabo Verde. Hopefully it's just a fading souvenir of our debauchery. Still not so well from the night before, slept in a cockpit. He looked comfortable and safe. We had made good progress overnight, and just at dawn, I heard a telltale sound of autopilot gears grinding. Good morning, everybody, and good morning, Asahi. About 7 o'clock this morning, my autopilot failed again. It's that gear problem that I have all the time. So I've taken everything apart. Ow! Yeah, it was time to go below and solve the first of problems to come.
Autopilot.
This is the muscle. The muscle for the autopilot, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a computer there, you know, a head brain, then a controller here.
And I got really sick from being down there. Anyways, taking everything apart, put it back together, and I'm gonna put it back in. But the boat has been self-steering itself, which is great. So conditions are pretty good for that. But I think I'm gonna get the autopilot back in there so we get back on track a little faster. And here we are, man. And sailing is not easy. After being inside and focusing on small gears with reading glasses, I got the sickness. I had not eaten for 24 hours, so I puked pure bile. Lime green slime. Stress. But it felt good to get it out. I felt much better, and after a nap to gather strength and willingness, I got in there and reinstalled the autopilot muscle. And... yeah, motherfuckers! Just do it, man. Just do it, motherfuckers.
Awesome.
I would have liked to sail north of the island there, but I thought we could probably keep a bearing east to Dakar just fine. Make up the degrees as we go when the wind changes in our favor. It should, according to the forecast. And get stronger midway to Dakar, but if we keep our bearing, we should sail north of the wicked wind coming. Again, Asahi slept in the cockpit, until a few waves urged him into his quarters. The wind did change, and not in our favor. It was pushing us southeast, right into that. Gales of up to 35 knots. My mainsail was coming undone at the seams. I just needed it to hold for 2 more days or so. And what the heck is sargassum weed doing here? Ugh. Asahi was doing much better, working on a future video. Check him out at Heroes Asahi on YouTube. He's got a great channel. Last night Asahi was in his cabin, and this is what he woke up to. Wind and waves were picking up, relentless. I could not steer Galopin a good bearing. The wind was coming more and more from the east and pushing us south. We tacked to see if we could go north and gain some degrees north, but we would just go backwards. It's frustrating. I tried a few times, but same result. The wind had increased, and Galopin and his shallow keel and daggerboard could not sail at less than 60 degrees to the wind. And as it got stronger, we were forced to sail at 80 to 90 degrees. Beam! And that was taking us way off course. And it would get even stronger. This is when my good sailing instincts took over. I didn't think about taking the third reef. I just did it before the nightfall. Boy, was that a good decision.
We got rocked all night long. The Galopin was steady, and the mainsail was falling off the rail. Now, will it last? We still had a long way to go, and the wind was not letting up. We were right in this maelstrom.
This is one challenging excursion, man. The wind has not let up for 2 days, 48 hours, right in our face, and we have not been able to hold a bearing to Dakar. Now we're heading to Gambia or Casamance. We're like 100 miles south of our destination. Just trying to beat against this wind, trying to motor sail. It's just been incessant. Oh, it just will not stop, man. Everything's soaked. I don't know, man. God, we still like almost like 100 miles off the coast. We want to just maybe get to land and get some shelter and take a break until we make our next move. But now we're just been stuck out here. Jesus Christ.
But inside, it was actually comfortable, as long as you laid down. We could get some sleep. For me, an hour here and there. The wind did not let up, and the strain was really showing.
Good morning. Weather's been absolutely gnarly all night long. To the morning now, it's around 7 o'clock. You don't have a good bearing. We try to tack and get a better bearing, but just this sea's been just hammering. My God, it's just trying to sail as close to the wind as possible, but I can't.
It seemed like it was calming down a bit, or was it something else? Oh yeah, now it's the Genoa. It's done. We have to furl it.
The small one. Okay.
And yes, there's a problem with the furler. Look, its bearings must be out of place. It's crooked in there and it's stuck. So I told Asahi to furl with the winch, and I would go to the bow and help turn it into place.
Okay.
And we did it, motherfuckers. And then something happened. I took out this thing. It's called a storm bag, or a storm sail. I never used it before, and what a fool for not doing so. It was pretty exciting to get it set up on the bow. I got a good shower, that's for sure. And, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I'm not wearing a self-deploying life jacket. Yeah, write your comments below. It was fairly easy to deploy and hoist it once I entangled the sheets. And once up, Galopin was loving it. Another lesson learned. Use a storm bag, Alex. then there was more.
Well, this has to be one of the hardest trips of my life. So much has happened. As you can see, I'm sweating bullets. I just changed the alternator belt. So I was wondering, it doesn't seem like the batteries are charging. That's what happened to the alternator belt. Shredded. Luckily I had an extra one, a couple extra ones. Not exactly the right size, but I was able to adjust the alternator. Now it's working, it's running. As well, my Genoa is totally ripped. It's kind of shredded. We will probably be able to save it, and right now I put up the storm sail.
Hello, welcome to Galopin. These are our studios, man. This is where the magic happens. It's humble, but it gets the job done. It's because of the great people like you on Patreon who make this happen. This Living Adventure series. I hope you'll join our community. We've got some extra perks like live updates, news, photos, videos, and I've even taken a stab at writing some short stories which are not for general audiences on YouTube. And our friend Graham from Australia set up a WhatsApp chat to aptly called Galopin's Cockpit. Guys from all over have joined, and it's this community that's contributing to the continuation of this Living Adventure series. If not, you can always watch us for free on YouTube. Make sure to give us a like or a dislike, make a comment, make your opinion heard. I'll try to get back to you. Thanks for watching this episode of Winded Voyage. A real Living Adventure series. It's not fake, baby.